Hi guys, Russ here from Wilson Land Cattle Company. Today is March. Oh my, the sun makes me sneeze. We're putting the cows on hay for temporary. So I tell folks it doesn't have to be an all or nothing thing. So they're not going to be on hay completely. We still have pastures to graze yet. We're going to go in and look, and we're going to go check Blueberry. She's standing off by herself. I don't know what her issue is. It's not like her to be like that. It got down pretty cold last night. The water's still flowing. We have our mats down, didn't cause any mud. Please subscribe, like, comment, share with a friend, hit that notification bell too. It'll help us out, guys. Hey, Buttons. How are you doing today, huh? How are you doing today? Okay. We grazed this section, which you can tell it looks grazed. And from here out to the road needs grazed yet. But it's in what we consider wetland soil. I'd like it to be a little bit dry out before we graze that. And whenever it thaws out, it's supposed to go to 50 degrees today. Whenever it thaws out, I don't know for sure how wet or how soft that soil is. So I'm not going to take a risk putting them out there making mud. So what we're going to do in here, and I'm going to show you how this hay flaker works. I didn't show it to you when we first started there, but you can see in here we got tons of multiflora rows, and that multiflora rows there look like or this over here looked like this over here a couple years ago whenever we bale grazed. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in here with the hay flaker, and we're going to put hay in here. So the cows have to come in, and if they want hay, they got to come in and tramp those multiflora roses down. Let's go check Blueberry. It's not like her to be off by herself. What are you doing over here, girl? Huh? What are you doing? You got a bellyache or something? Huh? You're not feeling well? I'm thinking she's off her feed a little bit. You can see here, this here's the triangle that we talk about whenever we think of cows and their belly's not being full. With this triangle here, what this indicates to me is her belly's not full. She's not eating good. And she was in heat a couple days ago. So, maybe something happened that caused her to get a bellyache. But we're going to hopefully fill that belly up. These trees right here, I've never talked about them much. These trees right here, and there's a whole bunch down there yet, are wild plum trees. And last year my neighbor gave me some cyanwood graft to these guys, and it was only 4 or 5 pieces. So what I did is I went ahead and grafted Stanley plum tree. Right here's the graft union. It was a whipping tongue, and the mule came in and ate that off. But here's one that grew on its own. Last year I came in and put a whipping tongue on it, and it grew. Looks like this here might be dead out at the end, but that's all right. What I need to do is wait these so they turn into something. Here's another one, whipping tongue. And we'll go over here and look at a whip graft that I did on a little guy. Here's a whip graft right here. Not a whip graft, a cleft graft that I did last year on this. Every one of these ones that I did with the plums took. But I put two scions in that. They're about 4 inches long. And that bugger grew. I'm going to have to cut one of these sides off is what I'm going to have to do. I hate to, but you know, I could probably cut one of those sides off and use that for scion next year. So maybe we'll do that. We'll cut this side here off probably. No. Yeah, because this one here grew the best. And it went up there and branched just like we want. So I'll cut this side off. And here's another branch shot out. And here's a whip graft that we put on this tree as well. So what we did is by cutting the top out of that little sapling and putting those 3 scions on there, we completely switched a variety of plums it was. And those plums, the wild plums, they only got about the size of your end of your little finger. And man, them buggers were bitter. They were terrible tasting. And here's one that I did last year. It really made me mad. It's the only little plum tree that I could find that I could dig out and move. So I cut the top out of it, and we're going to try again this year. I cut the top out of it, and I did a whip and tongue on it. You can see the whip and tongue there that I did. We wrapped it up. It was growing. Oh man, it was growing. It probably grew, probably close to 3 feet last year. And didn't you know, a deer come in, and you can see a little bit of a tooth mark there. Those doggone deer come in, and they chewed the grafting tape and killed the graft union, which is really sad because it was so beautiful. But the deer did that, and I didn't have it protected. So it was partially my fault, which I don't want to take blame for it because hopefully this tree's still alive. And that part's not. I think it's alive down from here up. It's alive, so we'll probably put probably go ahead and put a cleft graft right here. That way this here can help it grow. You are not feeling good, are you? I bet you got knocked around whenever you were bulling. See here, her tail head. This is a sign that the cow came into heat. Now I seen her standing. Here's rub marks on her pins from the other cows riding her. Rub the hair off. But yeah, she's not feeling good. Let's go ahead, take a look at the Bale flaker real quick, and then we're gonna come in this jungle here and put some hay out. This here's our Bale flaker. It's just basically a trailer. I put pipe on it for the decking, pipe and a couple pieces of flat bar, made a piece of T-angle with it, and I put a winch at the top. So this winch or this cable goes back here to a pulley, comes down around, it's on a trolley here, okay, to help push the bale along. And it goes down underneath, and it comes back in here underneath this bale here and hooks. That way, as this pulley pulls in, it pulls the bale backwards and unloads out the back. I have a video of one of the other ones that I built. It flakes out the front, which it seems to work perfectly well. It's just a little bit longer trailer, and it's a little bit harder to load onto. The other one's a self-loader. This one here is not. We have to set the bale on with the skid steer. So, there's give and take there a little bit. And the other one's a tilt bed, which allows you to put, but then here's our string. Here's what I should do is just put a chain across there with to keep the hay from popping out on us. I had some hooks here, which they didn't work so good, so I just took them off. And looking at this here this morning, I think I'm going to take every other one off. I'm going to take 3 of these off here. 1, 2, 3. We're going to take 3 of these off here this morning, I think. That puts a lot of weight, makes that winch work pretty hard. Okay, let's get going. Bale flaker has a remote. flakes out down here, and then we're going to go through the bushes. You can see the cows aren't that hungry. They would have been all over us. So my goal is to get this brush out of here without having to come in and cut it. That'd be really nice. So we're gonna go ahead and drive through here and flake some hay. They really don't care if they come to get hay. That squealing you heard was the fan belt. My fan belt needs replaced. I lost a reel. This is the problem by driving through these damn bushes, is they catch your reels, throw them out of your buggy. So we'll just put it back in there. I hate feeding hay. It's so much easier grazing your animals than feeding them. So much. Pop out. Probably could use a flake or two right here. So we're gonna do that, flake it. See this how it's cleaned out here? That's where we put hay last, or not last year, but 2 years ago. Make them girls get in here and get it out. Okay guys, that's all there is to that. Okay guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please subscribe, like, comment, share with a friend. Help us out a little bit. There's a super thanks down below. It's if you'd like to give us a tip if you think we've done a good job. That would be greatly appreciated as well. And if not, that's fine. Yes, you're a good boy. Yes. And we'll talk to you on the next video, guys. Have a good one.